hopefully. And now the countdown begins to 2014, and I will tell you what you can expect of your weather coming up. Kasia Bodurka with you here with a look at your regional forecast. GTA, it's a pleasure to be with you. Did you brave the roads today? Did you go shopping? The roads were a little on the slow side because of that, but all in all, not a bad weather day, really. We did have a weak clipper upon us. If you're traveling across the country, it looks like this. To the west, I should say, we do have two areas of low pressure. If you're going to BC, Alberta, cold throughout Manitoba, northern Ontario, and the deep freeze is coming to us yet again. But let's take a look at those temperatures that we braved for Christmas. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because, yes, it was record-breaking cold temperatures, and today was a little bit better. And I just want to bring your attention to this. Bancroft, it was minus 33 degrees in the morning, and that's not your wind chill value. Meanwhile, this morning it was a little bit better, wasn't it? Bancroft, same place, minus 12, which is quite balmy compared to that, really. And now we're going to be set up for a nice and mild next few days, and I'll tell you when you can expect the deep freeze, the next one to come upon us. Video of restoration efforts. It's a tough go, really, what's been going on. And what I want to show you here with this graphic is that we do have high pressure in the vicinity, but through the overnight, especially Friday night into your Saturday morning, it's going to get really gusty. Actually, when you start to see these reds spill in over the Great Lakes, we're talking about gusts between 60 and 70 kilometers per hour, and that could very well bring down some more trees. So word of advice, stay away from those trees that you think are susceptible to falling, because on top of all that ice, we have also snow on top of all that. So with this graphic, what I want to show you is that temperatures are going to be falling. That's for sure. And we do have snow on the way. Stay with us. We've got info about your New Year's Eve. Oh, Boxing Day lineups. You know, some of these people lined up through the overnight, meaning, it was about minus 4 in the Toronto area, felt closer to minus 8 through the overnight. Brave, brave people, patient people. But you know, here's the prize at the end, right? Oh, dropped it. I hope it was okay, right? Electronics, not a good thing to drop in the cold. All right, Kasia Bodurka with you here with a quick peek at what to expect for your New Year's. We promised you what kind of conditions we're going to be having. Cold, unfortunately, and possibly some lake effect to extreme southwestern Ontario, but we're not looking at too much in terms of active weather to the north of us yet. Possibly some flurries. That's associated with this low. It should be relatively calm, but cold. And when I mean cold, I'm talking about minus 15, and then through the overnight, minus 20s. But it is still a good ways away, so you'll just have to kind of keep watching us. But that's just a sneak peek. Through the overnight now, we're looking at minus 6, and just some flurries still associated with that clipper to the north. We're going to be seeing heavier amounts, though, places like the Nickel Belt. Friday afternoon, tomorrow afternoon, a mix of sun and clouds, nice and balmy, a day like it was today. You're going to see that sunshine again, and then temperatures at about minus 2, which is really quite nice after what we've been through. Christmas, you remember Christmas? I'm sure you do. Just yesterday, it's been so cold, so cold. That deep freeze is coming back, by the way, like I mentioned, around New Year's. It's going to arrive a little bit earlier than that anyways. Through the overnight, we could still see just some light precipitation to the north, like I mentioned, a weak clipper. That's not going to be doing too much to us in the GTA, but if we do see a flurry or so, not even a trace really when it comes to accumulations. If you are traveling to southwestern Ontario, though, you can expect to see lesser or greater amounts of snowfall. What I want to show you here now is that temperature difference, right? So it's going to be balmy today, tomorrow, and really the next few days. So we're even going to be above seasonal for the weekend, but after the weekend, the temperatures are going to drop like a rock. And here's what we're showing you. We're seeing the deeper blues. That means temperatures colder than minus 7, and then the purples infiltrating the region. That's colder than minus 15, and that's certainly going to be happening in the long-range forecast. All right, I want you to stay with us because we are going to be talking about the top 10 most intense weather systems from around the world 2013. Oh, the Boxing Day lineups, the ambitious people that camped out through the overnight. Yeah, of course, it being so cold, so late into December. It was minus 4 through the overnight in Waterloo where that video was taken. And have a look. Of course, this is the prize at the end, right? Up, and he drops it. It's not too good to drop electronics in the cold weather on top of that. Hope it's okay. Kasia Bodurka with you here. Your national forecast begins right now with a look at what to expect for your Friday. -4 for the morning hours in the city of Toronto, -10 in the National Capital Region, mild in the west, mild in the east. Even mild for you in Winnipeg, Regina. Oh, but it's going to get cold. It's going to get cold again. Wait until your Saturday, even Sunday. -27 is your daytime high in Winnipeg. Yeah. All right. To the north of Alberta, we do have a snowfall warning in effect. This is primarily moving into the region for your Monday, or for your Friday, I should say. So it's going to be an all-day story for you. We're expecting a general 15 to 20 centimeters of snow there. But a lot of us will actually be seeing the snow. So Friday morning, by Friday morning, this area, this first clipper, will already be bringing us some snow through Manitoba, Saskatchewan as well. And these lows, they're warming up your temperatures, but in behind them, they're dropping your temperatures like a rock. It's still going to be mild, though, for you in southern parts of Alberta, so enjoy. In Ontario, the story here is the gusty winds setting up for your Friday night into your Saturday morning. Why is this a big story? Well, I mean, it's not intense, overly intense winds, but of course, our trees, things outside are still very vulnerable because of all the ice that fell. So, you know, just watching it out and staying away from the trees and making sure that more power lines don't go down. It could very well be a reality. Meanwhile, colder temperatures are setting in also for Ontario, into Quebec as well, eastern Canada, really for that matter. It's really going to begin on your Monday where you're seeing the purples. That means your daytime highs will be around -15. Ouch, it is going to be cold. We do have snowfall warnings in effect for parts of Newfoundland, southern portions, and the Avalon. And we could be seeing some mixing in Nova Scotia. That and the countdown begins. Of course, those lineups. Did you brave the lineups on Boxing Day? And now that we're all through with that, New Year's Eve is coming upon us, and what kind of weather can you expect? I'll be answering that question coming up. Kasia Bodurka with you here. Hello, GTA. Have you been enjoying your more balmier weather? Tomorrow morning, not too bad. Again, those temperatures a little on the comfortable side compared to what we have been dealing with. So, before the sun comes up Friday morning, -4 for the city of Toronto. This is basically our overnight low, so not so bad, really. Not so bad compared to what we had on Christmas. Ugh, it has been super cold, and you know, it's so unfortunate because so many people were still left without power then. Obviously, more people without power. So, Boxing Day morning, -4, so another day on Friday, just like Boxing Day was. Okay, to Toronto now. The good news is that we don't have a lot of active weather in the forecast for the GTA, so if you didn't love the snow that was flying recently, we shouldn't be topped off with any fresh powder in the next 24 to 48 hours. We picked up a good amount. Markham saw 12 centimeters of snow. This was from Christmas Day to Boxing Day. Pearson picked up 9 centimeters. What I'm showing you with this graphic, though, is that the winds are certainly going to be picking up, especially late day Friday into your Saturday. So Friday overnight, really, into Saturday morning. That's what the graphic shows. We're talking about gusts over 60, 70 kilometers per hour. And that means all those branches, trees, limbs could very well still fall off. Don't park under trees that you think are susceptible to breaking, by the way. I know a lot of people on my street have been doing that, and I think, no, don't do that. They're still susceptible to falling with those gusty winds. And your temperatures. You are going to need not one, but maybe 2 parkas for Christmas Eve. Here's why. Where you're seeing the deeper blues and the purples, that means your daytime highs are even around -15. Ouch, with your New Year's Eve looking like this. Frigid, frigid. Your long-range forecast, that's coming up. Was this you waiting in line to get a deal Boxing Day? I don't blame you. I mean, it's great, some of the deals that are out there. I hid away from it. And, of course, cold temperatures. And, you know, when you get too much, maybe it could lead to, well, some misfortunes. And there it goes. You don't want to drop your electronics. Not a good thing, right? Hope it made it through. Kasia Bodurka with you here with a look at your regional forecast for GTA as we push into Friday, December 27th already. All right, so we're waking up to temperatures a little on the chilly side. -4 for the city of Toronto, mix of sun and clouds, but actually could still be seeing a few flurries fly, but it's going to be clear. Afternoon, -5 Kitchener, -7 Orangeville. So temperatures ranging between -4, -7 throughout Ontario in the morning hours with your daytime highs. Much nicer, really. -2. That's nice and balmy compared to what we had just a couple days ago. It was absolutely freezing. And the really difficult part to get with this is the fact that so many people are still without power. So it's been really great the way people have been taking in others to help them out at this time. Now, what is to come are some more gusty winds. To the north, we've got an Alberta clipper. That's not doing a whole lot to us. Really, that's just helping us warm up, really. And we do have a nice warm up even for the weekend and some settled weather. We shouldn't be seeing too much. But Friday night into your Saturday morning, it's going to get a little on the gusty side because of that. So just a heads up. We may not be out of the woods, so to speak, when it comes to the trees falling and the lines coming down because of those winds. What I want to show you here is the fact that temperatures are going to drop. So we're looking at super frigid temperatures into your New Year's Eve as well. Where you're seeing the purples particularly, it's ouch cold, -15 to -30. Very, very frigid. With the next few days looking like this, all right? So here's your look ahead. Toronto, -2 tomorrow, like I mentioned, then 3 and 3 even on your Sunday with a mix of sun and clouds. And then it's really come Monday when things get really, really cold. Tuesday, that's your New Year's Eve. And here's a look, a sneak peek across the country. Are you traveling anywhere? Have a look at what you can expect. And of course, we've got more in your long range forecast coming up.